name is Anita Velez-Mitchell, but my name of birth is Anita Velez-Mitchell, widow now of Mitchell. I'm 96 years old, and I have been in New York, I'd say practically all my life, since I was 12 years old that I came here from the island of Vieques. Well, you know, I grew up, I was born in 1916. I was in Vieques, my island, from the age of 4 to the age of 10. And my uncle was mayor of Vieques, and we had to be very careful with time there. And so it was interesting that I saw time go by the things that were done, by the things that people experimented with. I saw the first radio, you know. I saw the first Victrola. I had a lot of records. And all this kept going until now. We have the most extraordinary thing, you know, the internet. And I consider that time, how extraordinary is time and the things we do in time. Time passing, it's only natural. Time is eternity, and time is also destiny. Where are you going? So time passes by because it has to, it's nature. And the wonderful thing is the time that you leave for memory. I'm writing my memoirs now. And I recognize that you actually remember only the highlights of your life. The wonderful, wonderful, you know, precious times. You don't remember the bad times. At least I don't. You don't want to. Tragedies, of course, you've gone through. I've gone through many, many, many things that are tragic, but I don't remember them. But the good times I had, and the good friends I have, and it's wonderful to have that to live with at my age, because there's a lot of things I cannot do. I cannot build experience at this time. I'll say the happiest times have been when I had children. I had my 2 daughters. I had one at 18. Believe it or not, at the age of 18, I wanted to be a mother. I wanted to have a child. And of course, the boys around me used to go, no, this girl is crazy, you know, because I told them, if you marry me, I want to have a child. And so they sort of drifted away from me. But when I had my last daughter, I was 39 years old. And I said, how beautiful to bring a child into the world. Is there anything more beautiful than that? And to bring her up is just as beautiful. And I thought that was one of the best things that can happen to me. I've been in show business, of course, and the wonderful times are I would say applause. Applause. You can tell by applause whether they loved it, whether they like it, or whether they were hesitant. But I never had that problem. I always had a full hand of applause. And so I was a happy, happy woman. I was doing a show called Mexican Hayride, and somebody came backstage, and they said, yeah, "We loved your dancing." I was just a dancer there, and they said, "We loved your dancing. Do you know somebody that looks like you? Because we are from the circus of Ringling Brothers, and my sister is going to have a baby, and she cannot be with us anymore, and we have to perform." So I said, "Oh, goodness gracious, that's me. I want to go in the circus." And I joined Ringling Brothers, and I was there for a year. I had an extraordinary time. The circus is like going to 100 different places. You're traveling within the circus. I mean, there's an Italian group, there's a French group, there's a Russian group, and each one remains by itself and doing their own thing in their own language and everything. So you visit with them, which is hardly, they're all together, and they hardly mix. Mm-hmm. And so it's very interesting. And I was about 16 years old, so I had to travel with the girls. They had to go to bed at a certain time, get up at a certain time, and they always have to tell where they were, because they were responsible for us, and we were kids. But we worked very hard.
Do you go to the circus every year as a result?
No, I go to the circus no more.
Yeah, that's it.
After I was thrown from the cannon. Well, the sound of the cannon is completely aside. It's on the side, right? It's something they do. They push you back. You have to take a big breath and stay completely quiet and don't move any of your, just stay stiff completely. And then they pull you back and they let go, and then you make a contraction, you do a turn in the air, and you fall on a net, right? But it's something that you have to get used to. Because the sound itself, which is outside, is strong enough to break your ears, and the impetus as it goes out, as you go out, you think you're going to go off to the end of the world, But then you have to make that, in order to be able to stay, you have to know how to curl and go fall. It was interesting. For a person that used to be so fast and so, what should I say? Like there was no time for me. Everything had to be done rushing here and there. They used to say, "Anita, where is the fire? Where's the fire?" Because of the fact that I ran around. And today I have problems with my legs. I cannot run around anymore. I'm sitting down on a chair with my feet up because that's what the doctor told me to do. And I say, time is eternal. Time is now. Every single moment. What I'm doing now, at this moment, is time. And I think it's, aprovecha el tiempo. Take your time seriously. Doesn't matter what I'm doing. I'm writing my memoirs. I'm writing the play that I had, and I'm still working on it. Well, I wrote my will, and my will has to do with time. And the whole thing of the will is that that I want prayers. I want poems. I want songs. I want fun. I want dancing. I want anything, but no prayers, you know. And I want to be buried with love, you know. I mean, I've had a good time in my life, and so there's no reason for anybody to be sad, you know. And so that has to do with time. I have a book. Where is it? Oh my goodness! I think it's over there. A book that just came out that has my poems, my grandchild's poems, and my daughter's poems. Oh. It's called Woven Words, and they give us a theme and we write on it, the three of us. So there's a difference from the young girl to my daughter and to myself, and it's very interesting. I used to have the most extraordinary memory. Well, anyway, my will is, I think, a very interesting poem at this moment, you know. And I'll read it for you. I have just made my will, my end by fire, with poems to be read instead of prayers. And rather than be host to my organic germs, I'll bow out to the music of the fire. I am at ease with my incensed desires. I am familiar with the tongues of flame, and shall accept without a spark of shame this imminent indignity required. My spirit will take flight in flagrant spires. The flare within me will consume my flesh. I want to spray a jubilee of ashes on this earth. I want to seize the fire, matching my passion with a superpire, and set my word ablaze when I expire. Well, time is destiny. Time is an extraordinary thing. We try to, you know, grasp time by calendars and by clocks, but still time remains, and remains forever. It's eternity. It's forever. And so I wonder what's going to happen to me in time. At 96, you'll say, well, your time is almost up. And when it's up, what happens? We never know. We never know what happens to us that time. I have a poem that I wrote that has to do with a man who throws himself in the ocean. And the ocean says, they all come to me. After they pass away, they come to me, and I wash them off, and I pick them up again, and then they go back to a new life. We don't know where we're going. We're going to the ocean, we're going to the sky, we're going, you know. I have a feeling that when we do go, we just disappear into the air, like, you know, part of nature. We become part of nature, and our body remains to be buried or to be burnt or whatever. It's interesting too. It's destiny. Time is destiny. We never know time. We never know what's going to happen in time. So destiny is the same. You never know what's going to happen. So it's a question mark. Time is a question mark.